Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Of course, as I showed you in yesterday's video when we were going through all the details for the new cheerleader units that will be coming on Ultra Impact soon, I did show you I did pull the Tamaki or Amachiki or Suneater, whichever name you want to call him whichever one you want. So we're going to give him a go. I'm going to see how he plays, I'm going to see how he does. Of course, we're going to go into PvP. I'm kind of keeping him at like standard just to see how he does like right off the bat. I've made a few upgrades to him. We're on page 4 already. I haven't gone too far with him just to kind of see how he does as a kind of like, you know, not fully upgraded. And then not only that, and plus it will take too long to really do that to get the video out, but also I've also done one of his peace route nodes, which is to unlock one of his skills. And then, yeah, we're just going to see how he performs in the in PvP. I haven't given him no EX auto skills, no advanced leveling up. This is going to be purely what he can do himself. So, on his plus ultra, he deals 600% damage to a single opponent. He's not going to be like the sole damage dealer. Like, he is not, you know, your go-to unit for damage. It's not to say he doesn't have any damage, but he's not like a unit you solely bring for damage. But he does deal 600% damage to a single opponent. He has a high chance of binding the opponent for one turn, which is really nice. If you don't know what binding is essentially... Binding is basically looking at the character and going, no. No. Like, you're not doing anything. No. No. Stop it! So that, of course, is very nice to have. On his first action skill, he deals 325% damage to a single opponent right now, decreases the opponent's speed by 25% for 3 turns, which kind of helps us going, you know, first in some aspects. Also gives character the ability to cover allies for 2 turns. There's only 4-turn cooldown on that. Also, on the second action skill, he deals 275% damage to a single opponent, medium chance of binding the opponent for 1 turn. Also decreases the opponent's defense by 20% 3 turns, which is quite useful, especially for doing some extra damage. Then on his first auto skill, he increases power of all MND type characters by 15%, not 50, wish it was 50, which is of course the yellow type characters, so I will kind of construct a team around him. He also increases power of all allies by 15% and speed of all allies by 15% when covering allies. So all in all, not a bad unit. It's a shame I can't use a full big 3 team, but I don't have either of the other 2. I do have an SR Mirio, but that's about it. I know the team is quite fun to use. I know it's not the best, but you know, for the sake of video, it would have been nice to run a full big 3 team, but unfortunately I can't do that. If you do have the Tamaki, do let me know down in the comments what you think of him. Do you think he's good? Do you think he's bad? Let me know. But as I said, we're going to get into some PvP and see what this guy can do. So this is the team I'm going to be taking the Tamaki on. I am bringing Aizawa to cover the basis of his support of the MND characters by increasing their power by 25%. I don't have any big damage dealers for those, you know, that typing. So this is the best I can do. We are facing a secret opponent, which of course can easily be stronger than us. So this should be a good first test. As I said, I can't fully, you know, take advantage of his MND support, but we're just gonna have to go with what we've got, right, which is using Aizawa right now. So, you know, in terms of bind, I mean, immediately we get the bind, of course, on our plus ultra. What's the other skill we get the bind on? The bind is also on the second action skill. So in terms of who do I want to bind, I mean, probably Todoroki. You know, I kind of want to get rid of that, that dangerous AoE damage that knowledge Todoroki has. So we are going to attack you. We're going to try and get the bind off. Of course, my Todoroki is going to attack everyone. And then we are going to go for... We're going to go for some debuffs on All For One. Let's get the chain moving. I actually finally remembered. Of course, I missed the second one. I take Uraraka off, and usually she's the reason why I struggle to keep the chain going. And of course, what happens? I miss it on the second one anyway. It's like karma. It's not even karma, it's like karma. So of course, the first action skill, we're going to deal 350% damage to a single opponent and decrease the opponent's speed by 30% for 3 turns. Also gives the character ability to cover allies. So did we get the bind? I don't think we did, but I'm not overly sure. This is the first time I'm using a character that does have bind. So, do you know what? I'm actually just going to let everyone attack all for one right now. And I finally remembered to put the high frame rate on in this game. For some reason, I completely forgot that that was a thing. And I finally put it on. So hopefully that is kind of noticeable right now. But so far, we're doing well. So far, we are doing well. Okay, I'm guessing we didn't bind Todoroki, but that's fine. That is indeed fine. So right now, I'm just going to attack Todoroki, get some extra damage off. I'm going to wait to use the plus ultra. For the time being. Oh no, Tamaki is dead. Tamaki is down. That is not good. Tamaki is down. Okay, I did say I was going to wait. I'm no longer going to wait. We're going to target Nijiri. Get that big damage off. You're going to do it back to me. And this opponent is quite strong, I'm not going to lie. This opponent is quite strong. Alright, let's get the healing. Do this. I'm going to continue. Actually, no, we're going to get our speed up with Hawks' ability there. Bang, I'm actually hitting on all three. Yes, this is a good day. Alright. No one get too excited. No one panic. I managed to hit all three in a row. Usually when it comes to me, I typically miss one of them. That is just kind of my thing. So of course, going to do this, and then we're going to target Todoroki with that just to make sure he is dead. Okay, of course, I missed the counter one. It's usually the counter one I miss. Her chain, the speed of getting her chain off is just so quick. It is so quick. Get the AoE with Todoroki. So obviously in the first battle, we haven't really seen too much of what Tamaki can do because unfortunately he did die. For some reason, they decided to just purely attack him. But so far, I mean, it's not a bad start. I mean, we already know that he can bind, which is very handy. It's unfortunately we didn't get the bind off, but it can be useful. The support for yellow type characters is great. Just unfortunately for my circumstance, I don't have any like big damaging yellow type characters, so I can't really take advantage of that. But extra damage on Aizawa definitely isn't a bad thing. But so far, you know, it's an okay start. It's an okay start, I think we can agree. Our second opponent has a very similar BP to us, but slightly more than us by like a couple of 100. He has quite a few Deku units, and funnily enough, he has 3 Deku units, and none of them are the good Air Force Deku. So, you know, that's a bit of a shame on your part. You know, you've pulled so many Dekus, and none of them are the actual good one, but maybe he's a fan of Deku. Who knows? Maybe he is a fan of Deku. I don't remember what some of these Dekus... I actually do not remember what any of these Dekus do off the top of my head. And I have it in 3 times speed, so all the buffs... No idea. no idea. I think you're probably one of the better Dekus in the game, so I'm gonna go for hitting you and trying to bind you. Of course, we're gonna get the AoE off of Todoroki, and I'm also going to just try and debuff... We'll try and debuff the same Deku. We are going second, though. Okay, that's fine. You can hit Todoroki. That's kind of some big damage on Tamaki there. My turn. See, as you can see, he's not even fully upgraded. He's slightly upgraded on his ability board. What is it? Page 3, page 4 we've got him up to? As I said, I kind of wanted to see what he does, you know, without. We're going to go for you because you're almost dead right now. Fact. I also recently learned that I can do separate targeting with the skills, which sounds really stupid, but I'll be honest, I never knew this was a thing. I'm glad I know about it now. Bang. Bang. And buff. So yeah, obviously he's not fully upgraded, anything like that. This is pretty much what he does, almost at like kind of basic, bare bones, bare minimum. He's slightly upgraded just so I can get the extra skill, and I thought, why not just upgrade him a little bit more? Just to see what he does without being maxed out, which, as I said before, would have taken way too long for me to get the video out if I tried to max him out. Anyway, we'll go for you. In fact, no, we'll go for you. We'll finish you off with Todoroki's plus ultra. And Tamaki's dead again.
I will send you to Jesus.
Okay, so right now, he's not surviving too much. And it doesn't help that he's kind of being targeted. The enemies are being slight bullies to Tamaki, and I'm not being able to show him off too much right now, which is kind of frustrating for the video. But so far, he doesn't look too bad for kind of like, you know, not fully upgraded, you know, those type of things, he's still looking quite good. He's still looking quite good. I am going to... No, it's the other one that stops, isn't it? No, okay, we can get rid of debuffs. I'm going to debuff Aizawa. We're going to go for the AoE, and we're going to get counter up with Uraraka. Bang. I'm probably going to miss Urarakas, because that's just what happens. Of course, I miss it. It's just too quick for me. It's funny, because my reactions are pretty good, and it doesn't look like my reactions are good when I keep missing hers, but I seem like an old man, you know? It's just far too quick for me, you know? We'll attack Toga. Got that dodge off, of course. Bang, Aizawa was gone. Hit Toga with a plus ultra. She was stunned and sealed, of course. She won't do nothing for the remainder of this turn. And then we're about to finish our second battle off and get a second win. So far, Tamaki is looking alright. You know, again, for him not being fully upgraded, only a few pages done on the ability board, like 3-4 pages, not even awakened. I said I kind of wanted to test him out unawakened, kind of bare bones type stuff. He seems decent. He seems alright. The only thing is, he seems to be targeted an awful lot, and that's just kind of like RNG. That's nothing to do with me. To be fair, he does also have the cover, so there is that. So we're going to face our final opponent. Hopefully this time Tamaki can make it through the entire battle. But we'll see. We'll see. So we are indeed straight away. We are going to hit you. We are going to debuff you. We're going to get the AoE. And in fact, let's use the cover for once. Let's actually use the cover for once. We're going to target all for one as well. Let's actually get the cover off. Actually, that might be what's killing him. I'm not actually fully sure how cover works. Oh no, I know how cover works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure cover basically... No, it's not. No, it's not. No, that's not cover. That's aggro. Oh no, I was right. Cover is quite slightly similar to aggro. Cover basically means all attacks are drawn to a single character, which is probably why Tamaki's dying very quickly. So if he was like fully upgraded or something like that, even awakened, he'd probably be handling the cover a little bit better. But that's fine. I will try and bind... Do you know, I'll bind Bakugo. Because, of course, he has type advantage against my Todoroki. Todoroki is my damage dealing guy. And then we'll just go balls to the wall on all for one, even though Todoroki does have an AoE. So yeah, already his damage, obviously he's not going to be dealing the most damage. Again, he's not fully upgraded. He's also not a damage dealer, but his damage isn't bad for what he is. The covering is very helpful. I do think probably with a better memory, which unfortunately I probably don't have, then maybe that would help. And obviously, you know, EX auto skills on him, which I didn't want to do because I wanted to kind of see what he could do, kind of like, as I said, at the bare minimum right now. You know, things like that, he'd probably perform a bit better than he actually is. But he's a pretty solid unit. He's a pretty solid unit. It's just, in terms of what I have on my account to kind of make him better and, you know, build a team around him, yeah, your boy's a little bit lacking on that front. So this is kind of like the best I can do when it comes to using him right now. You know, as I said, I probably don't have the best memory for him. Probably one of the new memories is probably better to be used on him than the ones I actually already have. Which is fine. You know, because it's not going to make him perform too badly without it. You know, the memory you're using isn't too bad. It increases speed. I think the other thing it increases is like power, maybe crit rate, which isn't going to do too much for him, but the speed is definitely handy at, you know, helping him go first, so we can actually, you know, get those, you know, abilities off, those skills off, like cover, and also potentially binding someone. It's a shame I haven't managed to get his plus ultra off, and I could try another battle to use it. I just don't think in PvP I'm going to get it off if I keep using the cover skill. So we'll go for one more. We'll go for one more and get his plus ultra off and see where that kind of, you know, helps the tide of the battle, if you will. Final opponent, we're facing a secret opponent who, of course, can easily be stronger than us. We're going to try and get the plus ultra. We're going to try and go for that high chance to bind, which is what I really want. I'm not overly sure if we've actually binded someone yet while actually doing this video. We might have, and I might have just not noticed it. But, you know, I want to go for the plus ultra, try to get that high chance to bind and see how much damage he's going to do on his plus ultra with that 650% he does. So we're going to avoid using his cover action skill right now. We are going to hit Kami with that. In fact, I'm also going to try and bind Kami. And then we're going to hit the AoE, try to get the freeze off. They're going to go first. Which is fine. Okay, okay, Tamaki's been charmed. Of course I missed that. Bang. I think she's been bind. Yeah, she's been binded. Great. She's been binded. She has been binded. Okay, we're not going to use that. We are not going to use that right now. Because I don't want him to be taking all the attacks. Even though the Bakugo has decided to target him anyway. Tamaki has just been bullied in this video, pretty much. It looks like we won't be getting the plus ultra off, which is a bit of a shame. I even avoided using the cover skill to make sure we could actually try and get it off. Is that UR Endeavor? Are you mocking me? That is UR Endeavor. You are mocking me. I do not appreciate that, sir. I'm not going to lie. I mean, he doesn't know, but like, I really want UR Endeavor. That is my boy, and you're using him in front of me right now, which I really do not appreciate. And you've just killed my Todoroki, which I also really do not appreciate. So again, from what I've read on his, of course, on his kit, from his, you know, his action skills, things like that, his abilities, he does seem like a decent unit. I don't think I have some of the resources on my account to really take advantage of him, even down to probably something like, you know, the memory. Probably not the best one I got on him. It's kind of the best one I kind of had for him. And even his support for yellow type characters increasing their power by 25%. I don't have a yellow type character who can deal a lot of damage. So, you know, extra damage is nice on any yellow type character, but it's probably not that noticeable on Aizawa. I mean, it might be. But in terms of the binding is very useful, very handy. You know, binding an opponent, you know, you're kind of avoiding damage, you're stopping them from attacking. Very useful, very handy. His damage is okay for what he's being bought for. Of course, he could easily deal some more damage if I did have him, like, fully upgraded or even awakened at least. But as I said, I kind of wait to see what he does, you know, without being fully upgraded or, like, too deep into the ability board. And then, not only that, you know, lowering defense is very handy of doing some extra damage. But, you know, considering the way the team was set up with Aizawa to make sure I could show off his support, as I said, my account is kind of not, you know, my account personally is letting the Tamaki down because I don't really have the account built around him with the memories and units to really be taking advantage of him. But he's still pretty good. As I said, with the binding, very handy to have in PvP as well. You know, covering is very useful, but I mean, considering where mine is right now, covering basically gets him killed, but very handy if he was probably upgraded with a better memory as well. Decreasing defense, getting extra damage off is great. The support on yellow type characters is very handy, especially if you have a big, you know, damage dealing yellow type character, which unfortunately I don't have. And increasing power of all allies as well. And speed when covering is very handy as well, but again, the covering is what was kind of getting him killed. But he's still a solid unit. I definitely will probably do another video on him once I've got him upgraded and also awakened, but you're probably gonna have to wait for that. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. I did record a video on the Ishido, but I'm not gonna lie, she isn't great. But if you do still want to see that, do let me know down in the comments. I might still upload it, but the free-to-play SR Ishido from the event just really isn't a great unit, I'll be honest, especially compared to Kami. Kami's alright for a free-to-play unit, but the Ishido, yeah, she's not all that. But yeah, let me know what you think about Tamaki down in the comments, or Suneater. I'll see you next video, guys, and push!